Lied wants me to get a BBL.
Yeah, you're gonna be a big booty bad bitch.
Here, I'm so scared.
Of what? Your shadow?
Are you kidding me? BBLs are like the most dangerous surgery to get.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get it from the right surgeons, like, what risk are you really taking on? Right?
Who are the right surgeons?
I know there's a bunch in Long
I
Island.
am so scared.
There's a bunch of reputable surgeons that you can definitely hire to get the surgery done.
But if I do it in the US, it'll be like $15K plus. I wanted to do for like.
Okay, what is your life worth?
My life is worth about.
It's not worth a trip to DR for $5K and get the surgery done.
My life is worth about like $300 to be honest.
Yo,
Hi guys.
My net worth.
Welcome back to F My Life.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to the biggest podcast.
It's live from New York.
Friday
night,
Saturday Night Live
it's
from
raining.
New York.
I like we always give people like context as to like,
yes.
Hey, if we sound sad, it's because it's raining outside.
I feel like we need to let people know that it's a Friday night and it's raining.
We're productive.
Light and I are still single. We are currently drinking wine and recording this podcast because we have no other life.
Where's your wine?
Let me get our
Cheers.
wine. This is the sound of our glasses clinking. Salud! And
I thought we would have broken that.
No, if you're... Baby, no. If you're home alone drinking wine by yourself, don't worry, we're with you.
Happy New Year. So yeah, back to this BBL. Mm-hmm. No, I really think you should get it. Like, it will definitely... I'm not saying, like, you're ugly or anything. Ooh, did I just press the wrong button? I hope I didn't. But, I think it'll definitely up your game and, like, get you the attention that you could obviously monetize.
What's crazy is that I've seen the girls get BBLs and their lifestyle just goes up so much. Mm-hmm. Like, all of a sudden, they have the clothes and the bags and the houses and the cars and all this
girls.
stuff. And I'm just like...
And they could spell Prague.
I'm just like, you could get all of this by just having, like, a tiny waist and a fat ass? That's crazy.
Because it's so, like, I don't want to use the word abnormal, but, like, conspicuous. It's just, like, boom, out there.
It also goes into, like, what people really value as human beings. Like, really? That's what it is?
Well, like, our brain is like, one third of our brain focuses on vision. So you're giving them something to see. Like, we are visual animals after all, so... Play into that, girlfriend.
If I wasn't so scared, I would get a BBL already. I'm just so scared, guys. You have no idea. Also, who is going to take care of me after this BBL? Is it going to be you?
Lisa.
You're going to
Lisa.
Lisa?
Contact Nona.
That chick?
Schedule 2 months of...
That chick will have no time with me.
Care.
And and who else am I going to get? My mom? My mom's going to be like, sweetie, you're on your own, okay?
I don't know, like, I feel like I won't hear from you for 2 months because you're gonna like suffer.
I will, I don't know.
You're gonna go into a tunnel and just hide.
I feel like I would just hide. And then, after I get the BBL, I would have so much shame about it because then people will, obviously my body will look so different.
Yeah, are you ready for the comments? Oh, you look different.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, oh my god, you got surgery done? Why did you do that? You were fine before, this and that.
What would Jesus do?
Like that.
I don't give a fuck about you.
That conversation, I can't even have it like more than once. Because people are gonna ask me and I can't have that conversation over and over again.
Yeah, but I feel you're also like impervious to that in the way that, you know, come what may, you're not new to like negative comments at all. Like,
and we will get into that later on in the podcast.
And I feel like the more people, like, even if people talk bad about you, they're still talking about you, and that's what you want. Right?
I know, and that's how the girlies get the clout.
More searchers, more searches to hit on Google, baby. You want, when you type in your name, you get a lot of hits.
Y'all comment down below if Nona Lisa should get a BBL. And you know what? If there are enough comments, maybe Light will get a BBL too.
Send her pictures of your BBL.
Send me pictures of your BBL, please. I'm looking for inspiration.
Send your pictures to me if you want me to get a BBL.
Yes. You know, I've seen a couple of gay guys with BBLs, and they look...
I think if I do get a BBL, I'm going to have to quit my day job.
You will.
But I think I will be successful. no shame or like whatever, but I
No
do
tea,
think
no
like
shade.
no tea, no shade. But like, I honestly think I'll do well. Like,
The boys will be after you.
Shameless plug. One, yeah, the ones that like that, I guess. But
Let's be real though. A lot of men are into men that look very feminine like that, and
that
like
is so,
and like trans girls and
you know,
stuff.
I've been gay for like all my life. So
Allegedly.
Back in the day, like, you know, in the gay community, like there was a premium for being masculine and like having, you know, being brolic and muscular and like being able to like talk like a man, act like a man. And then all of a sudden, fast forward to 2016 or 2017, whatever, there's a paradigm shift. Like all of a sudden, there's now a premium on being feminine, but still being a man. So I'm like, what caused the shift? That's something I always think about every single day because I notice it. I'm not very like.
Light is very, for the most part, masculine.
For the most part.
Whatever.
Except when I sleep at night.
Whatever version of masculine you have in your mind, that is Light. Like if you're meeting him for the first time, you'll never know he's gay.
Me.
Because me and Light, we spend a lot of time together, unfortunately. And when we go out, because we have so much chemistry as friends,
People assume we're together.
People assume that we're together, and he's the biggest cock blocker I know, and it drives me insane. To the point where last summer, I was like, I'm gonna go out with the girls, and you're not coming. And
I was abandoned for how long?
For like 2 outings, and then I was like, okay, fine. Come out with us.
Because why? Because you abandoned me for the 2 outings and you realized that it didn't have an impact on your
because
your traction with guys in public.
Because I'm just very unapproachable because I
so
have
it's not me, it's you. It's you's the problem.
It's literally me. I'm the problem. I have resting bitch face. So I look angry all the time when maybe I'm just thinking about what I'm having for lunch tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, that's a problem.
That is a problem.
The thoughts must correlate with the facial structure.
Yeah, I'm definitely...
Pleasant thoughts equal pleasant face.
I'm definitely not like a... Fuck you. I'm definitely not like a smiley girl. I'm not that girly that's out like...
Are you a boy girl? Is that what
No, I'm just not like that.
You're like don't touch me.
I have a little bit of an attitude and
chip on your shoulder.
I think
Why is that?
We'll get into that. And the only time I'm like very smiley when I'm out is if I drink a little.
Yeah, we all get some.
I mean, you know, there's some people that drink and cry and like end up fighting. I can't fuck with people like that. But we're like happy people when we drink.
Yeah, we are. We come in peace. We don't want to cause no trouble out here. But yeah, so tell me, like, why do you have resting bitch face?
It's because of my thoughts. I'm thinking about all kinds of things. Even when I'm out, I'm thinking about where my birth certificate is. Did I turn off my flat iron? What I'm eating for lunch tomorrow? Did I transfer the checkings to the savings? Like, all these thoughts are just, like, running through my mind. And then somebody's dusty son is trying to get my attention in, like, the midst of that. And I'm just, like, I have RBF. I don't know what to say.
I think,
Do you think I mean, you've never even seen me get approached by a guy, have you? Not once,
Coming back from the bathroom, yes. No, I'm just kidding. I never did, actually. But, I mean, okay, let's just take a step back. Is it a you problem, or are guys these days generally not approaching girls like they used to?
I think it's me not coming across as approachable, and it's also guys these days not approaching people like they used to. Right. And it's because of social media. Yeah. With the social meets, you can hit anybody up at any time and start a conversation with them. I even feel like it's kind of crippled people in a way. Like, they have no social skills anymore. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah. People don't know how to, like, communicate anymore. Like, even on the trains, like, you're waiting at the bus stop, you're at a restaurant. People are always on their phones, and they're not really, like, engaging with anyone around. They're not socializing in a way that they used to, prior.
And then you add COVID on top of that, and so there's even less mixing. The world doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, there is less mixing. But You know what's funny? I've been out and I've approached guys that I thought were attractive.
Yes, I did. I was just gonna say that, like,
I'm brave, baby.
You're pulling up, making up the slack, you know, making up for what these guys are not able to do.
Literally.
You better teach them a few things. Shoot, start a class.
I should host a seminar.
Chivalry is not dead.
It seems like it is, though, but I should hold a seminar for, like, men dating. They need some advice.
I don't know. I'm not a straight man, and many of my friends have made it clear that I do not think like one, so I wouldn't opine or speak for straight men out there. I know you'd be upset if I did.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, like, for men, it's just easier to, like, communicate on social media, maybe like a dating app or something, hit a girl up. Because, let's say she's not into you, then the rejection is, like, less palpable, right? Like, it has less of an impact rather than, like, an in-person rejection. First of all, so I think that's one of the reasons why, to be honest. And I don't think men have realized it until social media became the name of the game, right? Like, I don't think guys, you know, you have two platforms, either in person or on social media. They kind of opt for social media.
So
they could flirt with a girl from their bed or a toilet bowl.
Yeah, I'm really happy you bring that up. The rejection thing, I have never understood because I've never been rejected to my face directly, but if I go up and talk to a guy, I know it'll go one of two ways. Mm-hmm. Either he'll say, no, I'm not interested, or maybe he is and he'll give me his number or something like that.
Or maybe he has a girlfriend and he's still interested.
That happens too. But I never think about the rejection being like this, like, mood ruining thing where I'm like, oh my god, he rejected me. I'm just like, all right, okay.
You really are a boy, huh?
Yeah, maybe I'm a boy. Am I a boy on the inside? I never think about the rejection. I'm like, all right, cool, no worries.
That is some tough skin, though. Now, like, that is a hard pill for many guys to even swallow.
I never think about.
And only the brave of the brave, I think, do that.
Like, remember when we went to that wedding in Miami?
Yeah.
I went up and I just randomly talked to a few people.
Oh my god! Please. So I was literally at a friend's wedding in Miami. Shout out to you if you're listening. I know you are.
That's our lawyer.
That's our lawyer.
Shout out to you,
and babe. Lawyer friend. Love you. And Jimmy.
We might need you in the future.
Yes. Because we're now piling in.
We're gonna need lawyers at some point.
We're gonna need lawyers and help. So therapists and lawyers. Anyway, so at that wedding, of course we were on a scavenger hunt for people. Well, I don't mean
just desperately
looking for love.
Love me, please.
So Dota and I and another friend were hanging out at a table and, like, eating hors d'oeuvres and drinking, obviously. And then be like, hey Nona, like, that guy like looks like your type. Like, go talk to him. This bitch will go talk to him. Like, she will not skip a beat. She will step over there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and she will talk to him. Yeah. And try to flirt. Like, how many guys would you say?
I probably talked to 3 different guys that night.
3, yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Like, the one at the bar. And
there was one with a boat.
There's one with a boat.
And there was another one who said he has a girlfriend. But he did, like, engage with me for a little bit. Yeah, but I ended up asking him if he's here with anybody, and he's like, no, but he
and that's all that matters. That's all. If you got a girlfriend and she ain't here, it's good.
No, that's not cool.
She in another state, it don't matter. We cross state.
Isn't that what guys say? Like, if it's in another state,
think so.
Or maybe they say if it's in another country. But the U.S. is so big.
Yeah. Every 5 miles is a new state.
Every 5 miles is a new state. But yeah, I'll go up. I'm not afraid of rejection. The only thing that really gets under my skin is, like, if you lie to me about big things. That really, like, irks me. Yeah. Little stuff, I'll get over it.
Yeah.
But I'm not scared of it.
Like, from my perspective as a gay man, like, I would not, unless I'm in a gay bar, in a gay setting, it depends on the If I'm in a straight bar, I will not, for the life of me, walk up to a man and assume he is gay and assume he wants to go home with me.
Yeah.
Like, so, I am afraid of that in-person interaction, but for different reasons. I'm not afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
Well, no, I am afraid of rejection, not on the basis of how I look or my attraction level.
Or just going up and speaking to somebody.
Or just going up and speaking to
somebody. Because, like, I can totally see you, like, talking to somebody who's standing next to you at a bar. Like,
that's small talk, you know, while you wait on your change to come back. But like I would never attempt to do something like that. But if I were in like a gay bar, of course, I'd obviously go up to like guys. Oh, actually, they come up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you gotta make them chase it.
Did I tell you about the weird like, God, like, what?
Wait, what?
There's this one time I was at a gay bar with my ex.
Lord
God rest
Voldemort
his
for
soul.
anyone who listened to the last episode.
Yeah, you need to go listen to that. And there's this guy that we were dancing on the dance floor. You know me, doing my thing. Not really. I was just standing. With
You were throwing that thing back.
I was throwing back.
That bang.
Anyway, so there's this guy that came up to me and he hugged me, and then my ex like tapped him on the shoulder and be like, "That's my boyfriend." And guess what the guy said? The guy's like, "Oh, he's not my type anyway."
They
really, sir?
Yo,
men will have the audacity.
One thing, I love men, guys. I don't want you to think I'm some men hater. I love men. I can't live without them. But one thing men will always have is the audacity.
Indeed.
That is crazy.
That's it. Drop mic.
But guys will always do that. Like, they try to talk to you, and then if you're not into it, they'll be like, well, you're a bitch anyways, and you're probably a slut, or some, like...
I felt like it was such a pathetic thing to say, but of course, there's so many factors. He's probably drunk or anything, but anyway. Well, that aside, I think, men need to step up a little bit more. Like, coming from a gay man, you should be ashamed of yourself, straight man.
Yeah, and like, Life knows all the stories. I've told him all the things I've been through with guys. And he's just like, damn, there's just no... There's just like no chivalry, there's no nothing.
I think that's concerning because as, a person who has sisters, like I always worry about like, oh, what are their dating lives are like? Like, are they meeting men of quality that they can actually settle down and get married with? And like, that's always a concern of mine.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to this social media thing. Like, I feel like I could go on and on about social media. It's such a blessing and it's such a curse. Like, I feel social media obviously has helped us in so many ways, like staying connected with people. It's easier, like information is easier spread, etc. But like at the same time, like it's true what they say, too much of one thing is good for nothing, and I think that relates so much with social media.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I have a big, okay, I should take back that word, not big. I have, no, I have like a couple of followers.
300.
I've used it, like, I used to bartend, so I used...
Oh, on Instagram?
Yeah,
you got 1,000 plus, right?
I have, like, 10K plus.
Oh, I apologize, sorry. I am the one with 100.
No, but 10K doesn't mean anything when the girlies are out there with, like, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. But
oops.
I use mine to, like, I used to bartend, I use mine to, like, connect with people and share, things about my life, and I made more money bartending because people would come out to see me. I've been paid to post things, so I use it in that way in conjunction with sharing things with my friends, like sharing my life. So for me, it's a little bit more of a slippery slope into a rabbit hole, so to speak, because like I'm posting, the sexy pictures and this and that, but
it's like kind of like obsessive compulsive, right? Like
yeah.
You want to keep posting, you want to keep engaging.
Absolutely.
There's a fear, like FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah, like I remember when like I would post with boyfriends, I would lose followers and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh Lord. But like trying to be that girl that's like
gets the attention
and like has her life together and all this stuff. I've compared myself constantly every day to other girls doing it better than me, and it just makes you feel like you're never doing enough.
Yeah, while you may feel that way, I don't think that's the correct reality, because people on social media, it's like the things people post on social media is such a filter, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's
people
your highlight
rarely
reel.
Ever post anything about their struggles, hard times they're going through, and if they do post about their struggles and the hardships they're going through, it's to spin it in a good way, or to like monetize it, or make it seem like, hey guys, I'm posting this because I want to be real with you. Yeah, sure, you want to be real, but you also want to, like, there's some ulterior motive to posting about this. But anyway, my whole point is, like, social media is such a filter into people's lives. Like, they only post what they want you to see, and they only post the good things, the things that would either get them more money, followers, likes, subscriptions, etc., whatever the case may be. So you're just comparing yourself to a filter, right? You're just comparing yourself to an idealistic version of someone's life.
Absolutely. So at some point you just have to, like, take a step
Reality
back
check.
and be like, babes, you're okay. You don't need the BBL, even though you kind of want it.
Yeah, you still need the BBL.
See, this is what I deal with every day, guys.
I'm beginning to wonder if I'm telling you to get the BBL because I want one.
Exactly. You're doing that. You're projecting your shit on me.
Damn, maybe is that it? Like, I'm gonna go home and lay in my bed and look up at the ceiling and think about this.
Like,
because
remember,
I do not care to, like, look feminine at all, but I also think, like, damn, it'll probably get me a lot of attention. You know, I'm a very attention-philic.
Light loves pomp and circumstance. Light loves attention. Light enjoys
I deserve it. You're using the wrong verb.
Baby, you deserve that.
I deserve attention. Bow down, bitches. Are we gonna scrub that word out?
No, I'm going to keep that in. So, our sponsors will just have to know that we like to say the word bitches.
Great. Can't wait for my firm to come across this podcast and see what I've been up to.
They don't need to know.
They don't need to know.
Also, guys, we're gonna be having sponsors on this podcast soon.
Yeah.
So don't.
Louis Vuitton.
Maybe not all the way there with them.
What? But there's a sound. Leather has a specific sound.
But if you see sponsors on this podcast, oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys.
Can you tell my boy to leave you alone?
My phone is going off.
Tell him cash app you 500. Like,
that's the guy I was supposed to go on a date with tonight, but okay. I don't even want to talk about that. Anyways, we're gonna have sponsors on this podcast. Don't feel like we're selling out because we're trying to sell you shit. Okay, this project needs to be funded. All right.
Y'all see these chairs we sitting on?
You see these chairs we sitting on? Somebody got to pay for this shit. All right.
What's the rent a month?
Somebody got to pay for this mic. Okay.
IKEA.
You see this window blind, baby? Somebody got to pay for this shit. So.
Baby, we need soundproof. You know what I'm saying? We need a soundproof room. So Louis Vuitton. Back to what I was saying. If you're out here,
Louis Vuitton
you need me to model some leather for you,
some
leather lingerie. I got you, baby. I love wearing jock straps.
Back to social media.
Yeah. Sorry, very tangential.
I feel like if I never made money on my social media stuff, I would probably not even use it. Like I
disagree.
Like I wouldn't even use it.
Me?
I wouldn't even use it to connect with my friends because the friends that I talk to all the time, I just call and text them. I feel like I wouldn't even.
I actually disagree, as your best friend.
Which is funny because you weren't on it for so many years.
I was not actually. I wasn't doing so many things for so many years. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like, even if you weren't making money on social media, I think you'd still be drawn in. Like, there's this fear of, like, not being aware of what's happening around you. And even so, right? Like, okay, let's say you follow probably on average. This is so important because people have so many followers or so many people that they follow. And at the end of the day, the average Instagrammer or Facebooker, like, you only come across an average of like 20 or so profiles a day, right? So you have fear of missing out, but then again, you only follow or see posts and comments from like 20 people that you follow on any given day. So you are technically still missing out on a whole lot of other people, you know what I mean? And to say 20, followers that people that you follow is like a good sample of the entire population is not true. So I think it's like a fallacy all around, right? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like there were maybe 2 or 3 years before I started bartending. I had a Facebook, but I didn't have Instagram.
Yeah.
And I just was on none of the things and paid no attention to anything. For a few reasons. But at that time, I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. That was also a different time where, like, there were people who had these big pages that had lots of followers and were making money. But it wasn't like how it is now.
Yeah.
I'm talking like...
I think back then you just didn't know about
I'm
it
talking like
that
6
much.
years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't that in tune with anything that was going on, like on Instagram.
Yeah, I just think you didn't know about social media and therefore you didn't like...
I mean, I knew... I
espouse to
had
be
an
on
Instagram
it.
page back in the day and I deleted it. I was like, I don't need to do this.
Yeah.
I was like, that was probably... like my first year at Baruch. I was like, I'm gonna delete it. By the way, I went to Baruch, y'all. Go Bearcats.
I'm ashamed to say where I come from.
Light went to Ivy League, by the way. He is an Ivy League boy.
I am. But it was torturous. It's like, you know, back in high school I felt like I was, you know, one of the smart ones, not quote unquote. But then in college I was like, damn, all these ninjas are smart. So I had trouble coming.
You know what's funny? I didn't feel that way at Baruch, necessarily.
I thought we was talking about social media. Why we go back to Baruch?
I don't know. I feel a little nostalgic.
Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats. I feel a little nostalgic about Baruch, even though I didn't totally enjoy my time there. But
I mean, what was there to enjoy?
There's absolutely nothing to enjoy. I think
there's no sense of campus. Anyway, we need to go back to social
we're gonna talk about college on a different
This is what happens when you
episode.
put us together, guys. Like, we literally, like,
We
throw
go
everything
up.
at the wall. We talk about everything.
But Light and I did both go to college, and we will be talking
We're
about college.
educated.
We seem like we're stupid, but
You thought we weren't shooting real knowledge at you guys? Come on. We thought about this.
Yeah, we thought
a lot
about
of thought
this.
and process goes into what you're...
Not really. Light just
seeing
comes
right
over,
now.
and then we record and just shoot the shit.
Literally. Light comes over, you drink a glass of wine, and we just...
And then
we just rattle.
this is not even a podcast right now. This is just me and Light
This is
catching
sip and
up.
chat, baby.
This is a
we
sip
need a
and chat.
fireside.
This literally, if you guys weren't listening to this, this is exactly the
There'd be like a
conversation we would be
charcuterie board
having.
involved, probably, but or some pizza. Did you order pizza?
Oh, we were supposed to order pizza, but I forgot to. I will.
Anyway.
Do you want pepperoni? What are your favorite pizza toppings?
I didn't mean to make that so nasty. I like Hawaiian chicken Hawaiian, right? Pepperoni.
I feel like people are gonna be mad at you for the chicken Hawaiian.
Because of the pineapple.
Because of the pineapple. But I love pineapple on pizza. I think the sweet and the sour with the cheese.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. That
the
contrast
saltiness.
is so...
I feel like the girls who get it, you know?
By the way, guys, when I do, it means I'm like clicking my fingers. For those who can't see.
If you're listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can also see it on YouTube on my channel at
.com. Oh, never mind. There's no .com.
There's no .com.
Anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Okay, chicken Hawaiian.
Oh, yes. That.
That's
Hawaiian,
we're still on that
We're still on the
subject.
pizza. Chicken Hawaiian, pepperoni, and artichoke.
Artichoke? I didn't know you like artichoke like that.
Let me alone.
I am definitely a mushroom girly. I love the fungi. Truffle?
This bitch and her
Just
fucking truffle, bro.
Bury me
Y'all,
in truffle.
I am allergic to truffles. Everywhere we motherfucking go, this ninja always want to order some truffle butter.
I can never
truffle
I
this,
can
truffle that.
never get a truffle fry. I could never get a truffle pasta pizza because
Because you want me to break out in hives.
Light claims he's allergic to truffle, but let me tell you something. No, let me tell the story. Light had truffle one time and he threw up. There could be many reasons Light threw up, but he thinks he's allergic, so he keeps saying that he's allergic to truffle.
I threw up for 2 days. Like, I threw up so much that my entire body was in pain. Like, have you ever thrown up so much that your body's like in terrible shock?
Yes, I have. Our 21st birthday.
Yo, and I slipped into like a temporary depression. Like, it was weird as fuck. Like, I was in so much pain that I like got so sad. And I remember like going for a walk and like thinking, shit, like, should I walk in front of a truck or something?
Please, no suicidal thoughts on this podcast.
What's the help line? Please.
1-800 help you.
Help me. But yeah, so I am allergic to truffle, and Nona always wants to order truffle something. Truffle
Because
this,
it's
truffle
delicious.
That shit tastes like acetone, the same shit you used to clean your nails.
You have no appreciation for the culinary arts.
Well, we're talking about social media.
Oh, hold on. I'm still on the
This is social
fungi.
media.
This is social media. I love a mushroom. I'm a mushroom girly.
Okay.
I'll do the pineapple. And then sometimes I like olives and the sweet peppers.
Oh,
the
yeah,
green
I forgot
peppers.
about olives. I like olives by themselves. I don't really like them on pizza. But yeah, those are like my 2 favorite pizza genres.
Yeah. Back to the social media.
Back to the social media problems.
Apart from like constantly comparing yourself to other people and like trying to keep up, keep up with the Kardashians,
Keep up with the trends.
Joneses, keep up with the trends, the fashion. Other than keeping up, what else do you think are the disadvantages? Because to me,
God, where do I
apart from
start?
the keeping up and maybe the time that you use up scrolling, I don't see any other downfalls to it apart from those two things.
I feel like there's so many other downfalls. Like, look at like look at social media from like an activist perspective, right? People these days, okay, fine, yeah, social media is good for galvanizing people towards a social justice cause, for example, or towards a political cause, etc.
Starting a brand, making money.
But at the same time, like, I think it encourages like this laissez-faire kind of activism because, okay, for example, you see, a police incident of them shooting like an unarmed black man, you're gonna repost it and be like, Black Lives Matter, and like the buck stops there for you. Like, you won't do anything else to, right? Like, so it really encourages people to just be like lax about, oh yeah, I want to be activist, but they just like repost or reshare or comment on something, and in your mind, like, that's it. Like, the buck stops there. But I feel like that's such a huge downfall. Like, people can do so much more, like be more actively and physically involved in like social justice and politics, etc. And social media kind of just like cuts that cord short.
But do you think for the average person who may have like a lot going on, they have kids, they have their job, whatever, maybe that them just sharing something with the people that they know, maybe that's all they can do and that's like good enough why is that not good enough? Just doing the post and sharing it with people you know.
I don't think it's good enough because, well, actually, I might rescind that thought because when they share it, someone else sees it, and then there's a snowball effect. Mm-hmm. But I do think, like, for the most part, like, the buck just stops there, and people, like, feel like, okay, I did my part, I reshared George Floyd's post or something, yeah. Right? That's just one, I think, like, social media is so bad in terms of getting people the acknowledgement that they so much crave. These days, like, likes and comments and reshares of your post kind of translate into like how much people like me or how much people like actually appreciate me, and I think that is such an inflated self-esteem driver that is so not good.
You're absolutely right. That is one thing I didn't really think about.
Yeah.
You feel like, okay, I have all these followers, I am this thing, and therefore you should treat me that way in real life.
Exactly, and then there's that expectation, right? You expect people to treat you a certain way, then you go out into the real world and they don't, and then what happens to your self-esteem? Poof, pops like a balloon.
Yeah, or you act like bratty, like a spoiled brat.
Right, yeah, like it's just a negative feedback loop, right? Like,
yeah.
So, look, social media, I think at the end of the day, has done so many great things, but like...
Yeah, I do feel it's done way more great things than it's done bad things. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, I think just like anything, it's helpful, but you just have to moderate it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just have to ensure that, all right, you track your timing usage of social media. You don't go past, maybe 30 minutes a day or whatever, because at some point, like you said, there's opportunity costs to social media, right? Like, you could be doing so many other things, being more productive with your time than just being on social media, scrolling through. And then there's the addiction component of it. Like, do you personally feel like you're addicted to social media?
No, I actually don't scroll as much as people might think I do. Mm-hmm. I don't even really look at people's stories.
Yeah, that is
hardly
true.
Ever. I don't. I really limit my time on it, to be honest. Recently, though, TikTok has been getting me a little bit. I can scroll a TikTok for a good couple minutes, and then I have to come out and be like, "Oh no, I need to leave."
I don't have a TikTok.
You shouldn't. It's a big problem.
Yeah, I will not. I won't do that to myself.
I think I'm gonna delete the app.
I don't. It's so many. It's so funny because, like, what even qualifies as social media? I don't think we touch on that because people. I talked to some
profile.
People, right. I talked to some guys and they're like, "Oh, I don't have social media. Here's my WhatsApp number, sir. WhatsApp is social media.
Yeah, because now the stories, you can post stories on WhatsApp, so you're still sharing with people.
Events in your life.
So it's all like there's really no privacy if you're using any of those things.
LinkedIn is a social media, sir.
LinkedIn is social media.
Don't, people have slid in my DMs in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And if you don't think LinkedIn has DMs,
check again.
Girl, go check again. You know what I'm saying? By the way, we need to take my LinkedIn photo so I can change it.
Yeah, we have to take your LinkedIn photo. You should have brought a button-up shirt. I was supposed to take a professional
yes, I should.
a photo for a live today.
A nude. A LinkedIn nude. Could you imagine?
I need to update my LinkedIn.
Then it would definitely become social
Maybe
media.
Instead of all these apps, I should be looking for a boyfriend on LinkedIn.
You probably should.
I should,
Look in the job section.
And then slide in the DM.
Look in the job section. Shoot. These niggas need jobs.
These boys need jobs, y'all. Y'all have no idea what's going on. Light and I are struggling out here. And we're close to giving up.
That's what I need.
I need an eternal nap. Sorry, guys. I'm
No, she didn't mean it like that.
I'm very mentally well.
Yeah, sure.
Y'all don't need to worry about me.
Everyone who listens to this podcast agrees.
The people who listen to this podcast are probably mentally unstable anyways to be listening to
like
it.
attracts like. That's how it happens.
Birds, what is it?
Birds of a feather, flock,
feather, baby.
I hate us.
Even though I only have like 10,000 followers, guys. But sorry, my phone is going off.
I feel like I should respond.
No, please don't.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Even though I have a couple of followers, people will come up to me when I'm out and be like, treat me differently. To be like, oh, you're Nona Lisa, that, and the third. And I'm like, I'm nobody. I'm literally nobody.
I don't mean to agree with you that you're nobody, but that's the gap, right? People have this. I hate to sound like denigrating of you, but like people have this like superfluous like idea of airy-fairy idea of who Nona is. Like, oh my God, she's
like
a
they'll
celebrity.
watch your stuff every day. I'm not a celebrity, guys, but they'll watch your stuff every day and they'll feel like they know you and they'll kind of hype you up in person. And I'm like, I'm literally.
Why do you feel people associate you with like being famous and celebrity level?
Not
like well-known and popular.
They'll treat me extra nice in person.
Why is that?
I think it's because
What's the psychology behind
I think it's because maybe on some level they might be attracted to me or something. It's usually that type of thing.
The girls?
Yeah, girls too. Like they'll treat me so nice. And I'm just like, I am literally a rat. I am nobody.
Do you see what I look like when I wake up?
Do you see what I look like when I wake up?
Do you see the string of drool that on my pillow when I wake up?
I'm literally a rat. I'm literally like a raccoon, just
scouring through the garbage
I look good like once a week, to be honest.
That's
what you see on my Instagram.
And that's what you see on social media.
Yeah.
That's the filter like we're
Otherwise, I am like having a mental breakdown and looking like a raccoon.
Drinking wine.
And drinking wine.
Yeah, I think people associate you with that because I think a part of it is like a confidence thing. Like social media portrays people as very like confident and outspoken, even though they might not necessarily be.
Well, hold up.
Because not a lot of people have confidence to show themselves on camera.
Well, yes. Well, that's the thing. I am confident in real life too, so maybe it comes across in real life. But I'm like, baby, you don't need to treat me extra nice, because.
Yeah, but like I would say, there's a premium on confidence. Like not a lot of people are confident at all. Like a lot of people are ashamed of how they look, who they are, what they stand for, what they believe in, and for people who can actually, muster up enough courage to get on camera and share a video that they know is being watched by thousands is a statement, to say the least. And I think that's one of the benefits you reap when you go out in public, right?
Yeah, like I've tried to get my friends to post more because I feel like they could put out stuff.
You feel like they're just as confident.
Well, I feel like they should be, and they should put out, like, I have a girlfriend who, I can't believe these messages are going off like this, guys. I have a girlfriend who she like does great home DIYs, and I tell her, I'm like, post your DIYs. People want to see this stuff, and eventually maybe you could make a couple of dollars from it. And she's like, I really cannot deal with all this online stuff. I'd rather just keep my life private. And
That's so unfortunate, and I say this because some people are so successful, but if others don't know about it, it really doesn't gain the traction and
that's
attracts the privilege that people otherwise could have had, right? Like,
yeah.
Like even at work, if you've done a really amazing project, you've done something very successful, like you gotta socialize it, roadshow it, let people know about it, and that's one of the great things about social media. Like it allows you to broadcast your abilities, your skills, your talents. Well, one of the silver linings, I guess.
Yeah, like I feel like I have so many talented friends, like in their own areas, not maybe like in entertaining people, like how we are here. And I'm like, post more, and they're like, really, either I'm too scared or too shy. I don't want to deal with the mean comments. That's the thing. I'm pretty good at dealing with mean comments. I don't really.
That's the flip side.
Yeah.
Guys, that's such an important point, and it could be.
I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I closed my message app.
This feeds into the popularity that Nona enjoys.
Is a popular girl. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't think that solves it.
No. There we go.
Yeah, maybe that works.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I turned off.
I think that's such an important life lesson. Like, if you're good at something, if you have a skill that is at a premium, if you have a talent, don't hide it on a bushel. Like, you gotta shine some light on it. And social media is one of the places that will help you do it. Like, where you're at work, like online, at home, amongst your friends, at a speech or whatever. Like, let your best qualities shine forth. Like, you deserve to have people recognize you for those great things that you bring to the table. And
you might be great at something and feel like no one wants to see this. Like, there's no one interested in this. And I promise you,
there's a market for it.
There is a market for absolutely everything. Someone has done whatever you're doing or trying to do. Most likely, unless you're like a Jeff Bezos or an Elon Musk, someone has done it before you, and there's a market for it, and there are people interested.
Right.
You just need to broadcast it.
Yeah, I think it's such an important thing, and like, this speaks to us using social media instead of social media using us, right? Like, we want to use it for, as much as it's detrimental, we want to use it for what it's good for and what it's useful for, and the improvements it can make to our lives. And I think that's something we should think about a little bit more on a daily basis.
Yeah, and be a little bit more strategic with it.
Don't just be like a lab rat, right? Yeah. Like, be strategic about it.
And we're not telling everyone with an Instagram to go do this, but the people who actually have an interest in building a brand, building a personal brand, building a product they might want to release someday, building some type of business, those are the people we're speaking to right now. Strategize and use social media to your advantage, man. I promise you, it might seem like dodgy in the beginning, but you'll get there.
Yeah, and given the COVID pandemic, like since the COVID pandemic, like so many people are becoming entrepreneurs now, and I use that word loosely.
And there's so much e-business going on.
So that why not? Like, if you don't use social media, you're kind of like missing the train.
You are missing.
You don't want to be in that case. Remember the time we thought of being like social media marketers, and like going around to like these mom and pop restaurants and being like, "Hey guys, we can promote you on Instagram, Facebook, and build your website.
Your social media.
Let's manage your social media platforms and synchronize them."
Yeah.
Why did we never do that?
I think we were scared to do it.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think we were scared.
We were afraid that people wouldn't take us seriously and we wouldn't get any traction with it, which is completely contrary to the advice we're giving people right
But we've grown. That was years ago.
That was like 6 years ago. I was in kindergarten.
Yeah. So, when are we booking the BBLs?
The BBLs. I'm going to sleep on this one.
The BBL girlies make me feel so insecure. Like, I look at them and I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's no way I can compete with this. Not that I'm trying to compete with it, but you can't help but compare yourself sometimes. You're like, you look like that? And I look like a raccoon.
You know
like,
that?
how am I...
It's so funny that you say that because in your mind you know it's fake.
Yes!
You know this is not real. This is not real. This person was not born like this.
I know, they had to go through so much to get this.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I can look like that.
I guess it all comes down to the end product, right?
And
this is what they look like versus what you look like.
And there is a big part of me that feels like I could still get surgery or work done.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, I'll still view myself as the way I look now.
Oh,
that's
God.
like, that's what they call body dysmorphia, right?
Yeah, right.
Like, regardless of how much you change yourself,
right,
you still see that old girl.
And I think it's so common amongst people, like obese people who lose weight quickly or who lose weight generally. Yeah. And, you know, they kind of like live their lives, even after they have lost weight, they live their lives in such a way as though they still had that weight. So, for example, if they were sitting in a bus, you know, taking public transportation, they were sitting in a bus, they think they are too big for their seat, so they probably want to like squeeze in a little tight so as to allow people to sit next to them, like, or, you know, they look into the mirror and they don't see the actual thinner person, they still see that larger form, and I think that's so jarring. That's scary.
Yeah. I am a little afraid of that happening to me. That's also another reason I'm hesitant, because what if I get one thing done, one surgery done, I look at myself and I'm like, it's not perfect yet, and I go get another one. Yeah. And then I go get a little bit more, and I know how I am. You look like
one big ball.
I know how I am. I feel like it would be a slippery slope for me. That's another reason I've been
I always want to be under the knife. At some point, like it's never like you want to perfect the perfect.
Exactly.
Whatever
I'm so
social media
that.
Describes the perfect as. Mm-hmm. That's so interesting and so scary.
I am very afraid of that.
The psychology, man, it's killing me. Like, there's so much to think about, and like so many complex factors. Like, nothing is really like in black and white. Like, it's all just like a mishmash of like every single thing you can think about, and how we as human beings process, you know, ourselves, our lives, the things we see, the things we want to emulate. Like, yeah, that's interesting.
It is crazy. I think we've come to the end of the third episode of this podcast, guys. Please, 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 subscribe to my channel, Nona Lisa, on YouTube. You can see the podcast there as well. Follow me on Instagram at Nona Lisa. You can also follow the podcast at F My Life Podcast. We have an Instagram page now. And Lyde, do you have anything else to say to the people or to promote?
Don't follow me on social media. No. I like to keep my private life private.
It's funny because the last episode you wanted people to hit you up in your DMs.
Well, I wanted them or my business.
No, your personal DM to hit you up, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess my desire changes from week to week.
Yes. Lyde is fickle like that.
I'm fickle-minded. But no, I think we had a good description. Like, I think the bottom line of this, like, F My Life podcast episode is to really just, like, take a step back and think about your usage of social media. Is it affecting you in the ways that, you know, you expected? And think about the unexpected ways, right? Think about, it's sometimes hard to, like, visualize and think about, okay, how negatively is social media affecting me? Because you're so used to it, you don't stop and think about it, take a step back, and I think that's something people just need to take away from this.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to get into how social media affects relationships in the next podcast. That one's going to be juicier.
Oh, Lord. This is so nuanced, I've
seen so many relationships end over social media bullshit. So
social media, relationships ending over social media fakeness. Yeah,
fakeness and cheatation and lies and deceit. With that, guys, we'll see you.
This is social media season.
This is social media season, baby. With that, guys, we'll see you or talk to you in the next podcast. Catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.